Warning, there will be spoilers on this show. Please do not send us hate mail. Proceed at your own risk.
Welcome to the First Six podcast. I'm half of this show, and my name is Molly Southgate.
And I'm the other half, Tabby Holloway.
And today we are talking about Riverdale.
While navigating the troubled waters of romance, school, and family, Archie and his gang become entangled in a dark Riverdale mysteries.
And before we get into the episode, just a quick announcement. We wanted to say that the one actor, Luke Perry, who played Fred Andrews, he died of a stroke in 2019. And we just wanted to offer our condolences to his family and say that, we thought he was really good. And, we hope that everyone is okay and all that. The rest of the cast has KJ Apa as Archie Andrews, Lily Reinhardt as Betty Cooper, Camila Mendes as Veronica Lodge, Cole Sprouse as Jughead Jones, Casey Cott as Kevin Keller, Madeline Pesh as Cheryl Blossom, Madchen Amick as Alice Cooper. I think I said her name wrong.
I think so.
Skeet Ulrich as F.P. Jones, and Marisol Nicholas as Hermione Lodge.
One thing I would like to point out about the cast is, Reggie Mantle, who is Archie's nemesis. No, I love the comics so much. So this show was really weird to watch. But yeah. He's kind of Archie's rival. He's on the football team. He actually changed actors after the first season.
Oh, he did?
Yes, the original was Ross Butler, I believe. And then now it is Charles Melton.
Interesting. So do you know why that they switched up?
I couldn't find anything that said exactly why.
That is so strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if anybody knows, please write to us, because that's something very interesting.
Confused. Oh, I think it was because he was on 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, Reggie, the previous?
Yes, the previous, and it conflicted.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. I was I don't know, I haven't seen that or anything, so.
Okay.
Another thing I would say, KJ Apa, who played Archie Andrews, at one point, I think it was the last episode of the second season, he punched something, and, he actually was punching a mat. But, he broke his hand in real life.
Oh no!
Yeah, and he actually didn't even realize for 20 minutes. And he didn't say anything, and he was just like, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna finish the episode.
That is hilarious. That's terrible. But it's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
He's like, I'm just gonna finish.
Oh wow. Well, that shows some real dedication there. I know, right? But also, people, if you do break your hand on set, please go see a doctor and fix that.
This was also the last episode of the series.
Oh.
So it's not like he had to do it for the rest of the season or anything.
Oh, okay.
But still.
Yeah. Were there any others?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, the first order of business that I have is to talk about Miss Grundy.
Okay, I have so many notes.
I was laughing so hard when she showed up, and they were like, hey there, Miss Grundy. Because in the comics, she's this evil old teacher.
She's not evil.
Isn't she supposed to be evil in the comics?
There's no evil people, Molly.
Well,
no, but she's just their teacher, you know? Oh my gosh, Molly.
With all the boys. You could not see that, but I was doing her weird thing that she does where she puts the glasses down.
Yeah, it was so weird. I hated it.
I know.
Every time she went on screen, I have mentioned this before, how I yell at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I was so mad every time. I would sit there and I'd yell, no, 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 no. And I'm just sit there yelling at the TV for her to get off screen.
I just wrote Miss Grundy with a question mark and exclamation point, because at first I'm like, oh, they're adding in a new teacher character. But why did they have to use Geraldine Grundy as
no, right?
the one that he has an affair with? I will never be able to read the comics the same way again.
None of the characters were at all like the comics.
I felt
except for how they looked.
Veronica was the closest.
How she acts?
Yeah.
No. She was the closest, but she doesn't act. I think Kevin was fairly close.
I don't remember Kevin in the comics. Like, I know I've heard of him.
Kevin had his own books.
Okay.
And I think he's Betty's best friend. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I thought he was a love interest for Betty in the comics.
Huh?
I thought in the comics he was supposed to be a love interest for Betty.
No.
Because, like, how Veronica, like, had Reggie as sort of a love interest outside of Archie. I thought Kevin was Betty's.
No, but that was just a thing to get on Archie's nerves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, not a love interest. I think the person who Kevin looked the most like the character in the comics. Veronica's way too nice to be part of the comic, to be the same as in the comics. She wasn't like talking down to anybody like she does in the comics. She's not like she doesn't think she's so much better than everyone else.
Yes, I did see they definitely made her more of a sympathetic character here.
Yeah, they made her a good character. I hate her in the comics.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you took the comic character and made her very self-actualized. Kind of.
I think the only relationship that was close as it was into the comics was Cheryl and Veronica. How they're kind of rivals.
Oh.
They act similar to how they do
in the comics. Cheryl was supposed to be like the mean girl, and I was like, okay, she seems.
Well, Veronica's the mean girl is the thing. They're fighting for the rich mean girl position.
Yes. Okay. I have a confession from when I was like 6 and I read the comics. I was so confused when Cheryl was introduced. Because I was like, Veronica's already the mean girl. You can't have more than one mean girl.
I know, right?
I was like, that's not a thing. They're too similar. Is Archie going to fall in love with her now? And I got all crabby. Like a little Molly could not understand.
She didn't even go to their school, right?
I remember she just kind of showed up.
She just showed up randomly during some comics. And this one, they do go to the same school.
Okay, yeah. So somehow Riverdale made more sense than something.
Yeah. But honestly, the only thing that was the same were the names and how they looked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, KJ
the names
Appa
were pretty hilarious, though.
KJ Appa, who played Archie, actually had to dye his hair red every 2 weeks and bleach it.
I noticed that, though, when I was watching it. I'm like, I don't think that's...
Well, I thought it was real.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Oh. I mean, I thought maybe they did something to make it look a little darker. Because it's darker than most red hair.
Which I found interesting, too, because in the comics, this would have been hilarious. I know they would never have. But in the comics, you know how Archie's hair is just orange? Like, it's not any other color.
And he has freckles.
Big freckles.
And he has the big orange hair.
Yes. Yeah. I want to see the version of Riverdale where they actually look like the comics.
Okay.
Except it's these same actors, but they're just like, Jughead's got the big hat.
He does have a hat.
I know, but he doesn't have the crazy crown hat.
That was the hat. He has the crown hat.
Oh, I felt like it was much more subdued.
It was, yeah, I mean, but everything about it was. I thought Cole Sprouse looked too good to play Jughead.
Yeah.
Jughead's supposed to look kind of, like, dorky.
I know.
Well, he's supposed to be, like, super skinny and just, like, lazy all the time. Jughead's so different. It was weird.
I was watching this and I'm like, why is this guy is like, I loved the actor. I loved what they did to the character, but I was like, this is just not Jughead at this point. Like, why are you calling him Jughead?
But none of the characters were, so it doesn't really matter.
True.
None of the character.
Okay, this is a very serious question.
Okay.
Do you ship Veronica? Veronica? I don't know how it's said. Betty and Veronica together. Throughout the whole thing, I was like, this is going to happen. I was like, I know, I can see it coming. So, I consulted a friend who has seen it, and she said that it's not. She's like, after season 1, they get rid of anything. I'm like, no!
That's not true. No, I don't watch it, but my mom watches it. So I've seen a lot of the later seasons.
Okay.
That's not true. I don't know.
That they get rid of the Betty and Veronica love?
Not a thing. Well, I think that wasn't a big thing in the first place, but from what I've seen, yeah, they're still they're still like, they become friends for most of it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was watching it. I was
they don't like. No, I didn't ship that.
I just started yelling randomly in my notes. So you yell at the TV, I yell into my notes.
Yes.
And so I scream at the characters, so there's a lot of exclamation points and capital letters.
If it was my brother, he would say, "Chew, scream in your head."
That's hilarious.
Stuff like that. Luckily, I didn't have to watch with him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but one of the things is I kept saying things. Like, one of the people would say something, and I'd say something. And then the scene would play out as it does in my head.
Really?
I was like, what is going on?
That's hilarious.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't ever seen the first 6 episodes. So it's like, it's not like I've memorized them or anything. It's not like Gilmore Girls.
That is amazing, though, Tabby. So
I was like, what's going on?
Sometimes you just feel a deep spiritual connection to a campy teen TV show. It's just a thing. So that's what happened to me with H2O Just Add Water. And when we would watch it, I would spend the entire time, and I would say a line, and then they would say the line. Or I would say a plot, and then they would say the plot.
Yes, the two of us watched it with one of our friends at a sleepover a few years ago. It was like really late at night, and we just
we watched so much of that show.
We just clicked that random show for some reason, and we would say the lines, and then the TV show would say that.
Yes. I think it's just a thing with certain shows. Like, you can tell what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was genuinely shocked by some things, but it was more like I was laughing. Like, with Betty's sister, I was like, what the hell is this story? Her sister got pregnant and they sent her to a terrifying nunnery?
Yeah, that's because her parents are horrible people. Oh, the person who played her mom, Alice Cooper. Do you recognize her? Do you know who she is?
No.
Sherry from Gilmore Girls.
Which one?
What?
Wait, what did you say her name is?
Sherry from Gilmore Girls.
Okay, now I need to look this up. It's Madchen Amick.
Yep. How do you not recognize her? Now, how do you not recognize the name?
Somewhat familiar.
Christopher.
That's her?
Yes. How? Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Do I just recognize things more than other people?
Maybe.
Her voice is...
My mom does that,
That's
too.
how I could tell. I could tell by her voice. I was just like, whoa.
Wow.
I don't recognize their names. I just recognize what they're in.
Oh, that's... Okay. Oh, I'm shocked. Like, that's so cool. I can't... I'm more shocked that I forgot the character.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I said the name and the TV show, and why aren't you reacting?
Yeah. All right. Do you want to get into our episode by episode? Yeah, we're going to go
episode by episode this time. We'll start with episode 1.
Okay, I have a note. I have a lot of notes, but my first note is, aren't they supposed to be Gen Z? Because if they're 16, and this was in 2018, right? 2017.
I believe. Wait, actually.
They're Gen Z. They're not millennials. But they gave it away that the actors are older because they called them millennials.
When?
At the one thing, okay, at one point, Kevin and Betty are sitting in Betty's room, and they're talking about Archie. And it's one of the first scenes. And Kevin says he's like, he went, oh, well, Archie's like most millennial men.
Well, maybe that's the point. He was like, oh, he's like a millennial. I don't understand. I don't know how people act. I don't know.
What does that mean?
No, I'm like Gen Z millennials. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not.
I was just a little confused there because I was like, wait, and then I spent the rest of the days that I was watching it thinking about that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But in this episode, they reveal. Okay, in the first 5 minutes, a death happens.
Yes. Okay, but I loved those shots. Like, it was so... I loved the music.
Okay, this show was really pretty, actually.
It's gorgeous.
Like, I feel like every shot was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought I really wasn't gonna like it, but now I understand why so many people watch it, because it's not like the best TV show ever, but it is fun, and it is good, and it's very pretty, and like I really liked that.
Yeah, I find it really, I really like it. But in this episode, as a new school year begins, the town still reels from Jason Blossom's tragic death. Archie decides to pursue a career in music. Cheryl Blossom stirs up trouble.
I mean, that's pretty much the entire series in a nutshell. At least the first season. The first 6 episodes?
Oh, the first 6 episodes, yes. But I was like, the entire series, not at all.
But, like, Cheryl is making trouble. Archie's doing music.
Archie's just like, okay, Archie is
song?
conflicted. What?
I said that's Archie every second.
Oh,
you want to hear my song?
I thought you were saying that. And I was like, wait, what did you do?
No, but yeah, I thought that it was.
Oh.
I liked that. Oh, wait, no, that's a spoiler for a later episode. We're only talking about episode 1 right now.
Okay. Jughead being the narrator I liked it because he's kind of, especially in the first couple of episodes, he wasn't really part of the story as much. He was much more the narrator character, which I thought it was going to be like, but no, he becomes much more part of the story. Like in episode 6, he's definitely part of the story.
I really loved that part too. I kind of wished though that I wished that the show had not been about like Betty and Archie and Veronica and the gang. I wish that it had been like a show not about Riverdale and Archie comics. But because I love the idea, like they're inside, like he's writing his novel, like the whole thing, you're like watching his novel play out essentially. And like it had cool plot lines, but I think that it made it feel campier and like more funny when they had that. So I thought it was good, but I think that the show would have benefited from not having it be based off the comics.
No, it is, but it's about Archie and his gang, because that's like one of the similarities for the comics. But I feel like why call it Riverdale if it's not if it's not at least about Archie and the gang? And I feel like I actually really liked it with Archie and the gang.
Oh.
I kind of liked how it was a little bit like, and it wasn't exactly fun, I don't think.
I thought it was a fun watch. It was like heavy and like dark and stuff, but I thought that it was fun to watch.
Yes, it was fun to watch, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I would like to clarify. I do not find murder fun. I'm not that dark. I just thought that it was a fun show to watch.
Yeah, so it's a good watch. But no, I liked how it was centered around the gang.
Oh,
because then it's centered around a group of teenagers who have there's a lot of drama in their lives, and they all have different relationships to Jason Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like if it was based off of like adults or other kids in the school who weren't as much of the popular kids, they wouldn't have had as much to say about Jason.
Oh, no. I meant that I want the story and the script and everything to stay the same, but I just had wished that, like, the names had changed, because I felt like it kind of took me out of it a few times. Because it was like, oh, it's Veronica Lodge and Jughead Jones and stuff as the characters, when they're so different. I felt like to me, the show felt like they created a show and then went, oh, you know what? We can make this Archie. And just change the names.
I didn't think of that at all. I felt like the names didn't really matter. I actually kind of thought it was fun. The the similarities between the characters, the differences. I liked it. I liked the show a lot, actually.
I think I'm gonna keep watching.
Oh, I'm for sure going to keep watching. This is one of my favorites so far.
Oh yeah, same. I wanted to, when we were watching that, like after the first 6, I was about to go upstairs, and on Netflix it auto plays for me, so the next couple of seconds of the 7th episode played, and it looked so good. And it was supposed to be, and they showed, well, I won't spoil it, but it looked so good, and I wanted to continue, but I could not.
Yeah.
Okay. What is, some of these lines are so funny. Like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be a joke.
Like what?
Like, okay, Justin Gingerlake, or, here.
That's a joke. Yeah, that's a joke.
Okay, or,
For sure.
We're living in a post-James Franco world.
I think that's a joke.
I can't tell. Or like Frida Shallow. I wrote a lot of them down.
Wait, did you find
don't go there, Betty. Oh, I'm already there.
I don't know if that, yeah, that was a joke, or at least it's supposed to be funny.
Hair models of the damned? What does that mean?
I don't know, but it's a joke.
Okay, please, I want to know what this means, though, because that's, like, the best thing. Cheryl just calls her friend group that. She's like, all right, hair models of the damned, we need to get over here.
I don't know.
Do you want me to start calling you that?
No, please no.
Or, like, Sad Breakfast Club, Miss Guyver.
Oh, Sad Breakfast Club. I actually was not, my theater at one point did a version of The Breakfast Club, but I was not allowed to be in it or to watch it because I was young. But I was like, I don't know what that means though.
Oh
no! I was like, Sad Breakfast Club? Is Breakfast Club sad? Is it happy? I don't know the plot.
Well, that's sad. You need to watch Breakfast Club now.
No, yeah, my mom said I can now.
I need to solicit your parents because they need
I actually worked on lines with one of the people. So I was like,
But you still don't know who the genre?
No, I only worked on her lines.
Oh, I was like, is this saying something bad about that actor? Or is this saying something bad about the script? Or, I don't
know.
You can't
I only
tell
worked on a few lines, and then we started watching the movie because we got bored.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My next note is Josie's rejecting Archie. She told him she told him he couldn't be in the Pussycats or help with the Pussycats or even, like, watch them.
It's like, you are not allowed, you do not come near me.
He's like, you don't come. It's Josie's rejecting Archie was mean.
Yeah.
Couldn't they at least have let him watch?
I know, it's like, you can let him watch something. And then they did perform his song. Right. So it was like that.
They did. Because he was good.
Yeah, but I was like, sitting there like, wait, but you just did this whole thing like, you do not look at me, you do not come near me, you do not talk to me.
Yeah, and I was like,
but
whoa, Josie, what's going on?
Yeah. I did love the Josie and the Pussycat stories, though, and every time they were on screen, I was like, give me more.
Yeah, they were really good. Like, in the last episode, I've got a lot of notes about that.
Oh, yeah. And, like, their relationship to Veronica.
6. Huh?
Their relationship with Veronica was excellent.
Yes. Next note. Wow. Veronica stood up for Betty. I'm so used to reading the comics and having, like, Veronica be tearing down Betty.
Yeah, it's like, it felt like they replaced Veronica with Cheryl. Like, if they took Veronica... Never. Cheryl felt very much closer to Veronica in the comics, right?
No, not at all. They're rivals. They will always be rivals.
The way that you said that, and you were looking down, so you looked very foreboding.
Wow.
They will always be rivals here. Are you like the prophetic Archie comics? Like, you just make prophecies about the comics?
Yes, because apparently I'm good at that. You wanted fire. Sorry, Cheryl. My specialty's ice.
I wrote that note down, too.
Really?
It's so good.
So good.
And I love that she calls her Cheryl Bombshell, because that was her handle. She's like, sorry, Cheryl Bombshell. Oh, I loved it.
That was really...
Yes, all the snaps.
My specialty's ice.
My specialty's ice. And then she just it's
true. And she just like, I feel like that was definitely like a flip your hair moment.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's the flip your hair, walk out, like, with really high heels on, and, like, maybe give her the finger, probably. I feel like Veronica would have done that.
Totally. She still calls him Archiekins.
I know, it's like she met him for 1 second. Okay.
She was just like, 1 second, okay, Archiekins. But I felt like that was definitely a Veronica thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just to not know him at all, and just be like, okay, nickname, boom.
Yes. Okay, so when Veronica walks up to Archie and she's kind of like flirting with him a little bit, and Archie starts flirting with her, and Betty's sitting there like a third wheel. Betty's face was one of the greatest things ever. She just does this, like, she just kind of like looks like, what the hell?
What is going on?
It was amazing because they were doing this whole thing and it was like, hey there, Archie. Hi, Veronica. I'm the new girl. And Betty's like, above?
Okay.
It was excellent. I was laughing so hard.
Okay, how did Cheryl did she rig the 7 minutes in heaven, or did it just happen to land in between the two of them? And then she decided it was pointing at Veronica.
I think she decided it was pointing at Veronica.
No, but I'm saying, did she rig it somehow, or did it just happen to do that?
I don't know. Also, isn't that not how you play 7 minutes in heaven? I thought that's spin the bottle.
I've never played 7 minutes in heaven.
I haven't either, but that looked like the spin the bottle, because you spin
I don't know, I feel like that...
a bottle. And like they were like, here, look, it's 7 minutes in heaven, but we're going to spin the bottle.
Well, how else would you choose? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe.
Flip a coin? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not cool.
Me
I
neither.
don't go to parties or go near people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Archie with Miss Grundy. We have a secret.
Yeah.
It was like in Goblet of Fire, how everyone gets angry because Dumbledore starts like screaming, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? And then in the book it says, he said quietly.
He said
That's
politely.
what I felt there, because Archie's like, oh, I'm being so quiet. But we have a secret!
Yes, and he like yells it loudly.
Like, how did no one know until Betty figured it out later in the...
Well, Jug had figured it out.
Well, Jug had figured it out, but Jughead's smart. And
How does
he actually
Jughead know all
listens
of
to
this?
people.
Okay? Like, he's writing a novel, but how did he figure this all out? Huh?
Oh,
How,
and we
Jughead,
literally
how?
never see him at school.
What?
We never
No,
see
he's
him at school.
Yeah, he's always at school. But, like, we didn't see him when Dilks and Doily found out. We didn't see him, like, how did he know about, like Jason exactly? What happened to him? Exactly how it happened.
I wonder
Do people
how
just
much
tell
of
him
it
things?
is speculation. So
I
I
don't know,
wonder if we have an unreliable narrator and we aren't getting the whole story.
Well, I guess this is the story.
But maybe this is just the story from Jughead's perspective and from Jughead's novel's point of view.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we're never gonna get the real story then.
Or maybe I'm just reading way too hard into
I
Riverdale.
think we might be reading too much into this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People seem to tell him things. You know, he seems to be really good at interrogation. I used to not be able to say that word.
Interrogation?
Or interrogate.
What did you used to say?
I don't know. I just couldn't. I'd be like, interrogate.
Oh no.
It was so weird. I don't know how.
Oh no. Also, Archie literally, like, doesn't really show love towards Betty or hang out with Betty or do anything with Betty. And then at the end, he goes up to her and he's like,
at lunch.
Betty, I love you.
What?
But I don't.
Wait, who said that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he's
I
like,
guess. Okay.
but not in that way.
Okay. When Archie said he wasn't good enough for Betty, that's why he wouldn't date her.
I was like,
that
that
is
is
so
such a cop-out
stupid.
answer.
I know, you coward.
That is
Chicken.
that's such a teenage boy, like, cop-out answer.
Okay, and so you're gonna, like, hurt her and be mean to her and stuff. She's really upset now.
Yeah,
because
it's like,
you think you're not good enough for her?
oh,
What,
it's
he's
like,
doing
come
this
on.
for her
If she
sake?
thinks that you're good enough for her, you
And
don't get to say that.
I know, right? It's
If
so
you said you're not
stupid.
good enough for me, if she said you're not good enough for me,
not good enough for me.
that would make
Or
sense.
maybe he could say it. Maybe he's like, I don't know, like, I might not be good enough for you. And she goes, that's okay. Then they can go date. But
Yeah.
if she said, oh, just yeah, you're right, you aren't, goodbye, you know, then leave.
Yeah, in this, but he was just like, I'm not good enough for you. I will never be with you. Goodbye. I love you, by the way.
Oh, I love you,
Bye,
but
Felicia.
that was, Archie.
It was very painful to watch. And also, what's up with this whole, like, I did not ship Veronica and Archie.
No?
I was like, why? I was like, no.
Well, I don't ship anybody. These people don't deserve other people.
Wow. Okay.
I
that
hated
got
Archie.
dark.
No, I didn't really ship any. Oh, Jughead and Betty.
Jughead and Betty I did like. I still liked Betty and Veronica better, though.
Okay, that's...
Even if it's just in a platonic sense.
I don't know. I mean, they're like best friends.
Yeah.
But they also barely even know each other.
Then
Yeah.
why do you ship Jughead and Betty?
What? Jughead and Betty have been going to school together since they were like in kindergarten.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? This girl just came from New York to this small town.
well, there's that.
Yeah, there's that fact that
I
they've known
watched
each
a
other.
lot of
for, like,
episodes of Riverdale in a row.
I didn't. I
At
tried
night.
to space it out as well as I could.
So I have gone a little bit insane. So
Okay, I'm actually very good at watching TV. Like, I'm not joking. I
What
can
does
watch
that
6
mean?
hours of TV. I can watch 6 hours of TV, like, for Little Fires Everywhere.
Can you watch that much and then like function?
Yeah.
If only I was you. See, I can watch a lot, but then I just like can't
Then
do
you, like,
anything.
fall. Every now and then, if I watch too much, I won't be able to do, like, the episode by episode thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did. So now I'm like, oh, let's
This
try
is why I
it.
told you to label your episodes.
You know, I didn't.
Okay, there was a bag filled with money that they gave to, that somebody gave to Hermione Lodge. And it said HL. Is that for Hermione Lodge or Hiram Lodge?
Maybe it's for both?
Or neither?
Who would be HL, though? If
I
it's
don't know.
not
Maybe
Hermione
they just did
or
it to freak
Hiram.
people out.
Maybe
I was
they're
really annoyed
maybe
by
it
that. I was
does
like,
actually just maybe we're reading too much into the show again.
I don't think you can read too much into it. That's not a thing.
I'm not
you can
sure.
always find out more. Even though my entire family said I should stop reading so much into things.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I was like, there's got to be some theory. I'm like, how does this connect to the comics? Maybe the comics or just Jughead's novel and Jughead took this, or maybe
No, I don't
Jughead
think
in the
it.
comics
No, I
is
don't
writing
think
this.
it connects to the comics. At
I
all.
had this whole thing. I felt
Yeah, it
like
does-
inside of my brain felt like that wall, their murder board.
Okay,
That's how my brain felt when I was watching
no,
this.
I'll save that. I'll save that note for later.
All right.
Do
Did
you
you have
want-
any more for episode 1?
Hmm?
Did you have any more notes for episode 1?
I don't think so. Do you?
I do not. All
Let's
right.
move on.
Episode
Chapter 2, A Touch of Evil.
What is with
Archie,
Archie
please.
not having his shirt on?
What? Okay,
Archie gets up and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna run around in my underwear now.
that was weird. Archie pleads with Miss Grundy to come forward with what they heard. Cheryl deals with the pressure of Jason's death. Jughead stumbles upon Archie's secret. The secret that he yells out so
The
loudly.
secret. It's like in Gallivant where they do the whole thing where they're like, we're off on a secret mission. And they do it, but they're
They're
like
like-
shouting the entire time about what they're gonna do. That's what Archie did.
Exactly. Yes, but what they heard is a gunshot. On the morning of July 4th.
Cool. Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
didn't
Hmm?
really like Cheryl's actor in this episode.
Do
you
you
like
have
her?
anything you didn't like? Or like what is there anything specific?
I didn't think she was a great actress. I
I
didn't
think she-
love her.
Oh, I liked her. I think she's supposed to act like that. I think she's supposed to kind of be like, she's just kind of supposed to do this.
Yeah. I
Just
don't
like
know.
not-
I feel like in the second episode especially, I was just kind of like, I was not a fan.
I liked her. I think you don't like Cheryl the character.
That's probably it. I thought sometimes I loved her, but we'll get into that as the show.
I thought
as we
she
go
was
on.
I thought she was a good actor.
Oh,
I don't-
okay.
She wasn't like the best actress ever, but
Mhm.
she wasn't bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Boys suck.
yes, they're horrible.
I know. Okay, you can go on.
Wait, was that in this episode?
I think so. That was the second one where Betty and Veronica team up and, like, go on their whole chase against all the boys because they've been evil. What?
That's the third episode, Molly.
I only took, like, 2 notes for the second one. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Continue.
Why does Archie have a red lamp in his room? The red lamp in his room made everything so, like, weird.
I didn't
like it. I was like, oh wow, mood lighting. Okay.
I didn't even notice it. Also, I think you need to confront your unresolved issues with mood lighting.
No, he had a lamp, and then he looks out at Betty through the window, and his entire face is, like, lit up by a red lamp.
Oh.
It was so weird.
Weird. I did think it was cute that they could see each other through the window, though. I liked that they could text each other and, like, wave at each other and stuff through there.
Okay. Oh, if you don't want to talk to someone, don't write that you're up like that. That is one of my notes.
What?
Oh, okay. So this is after Archie says that he's not good enough for her. So I think it was that night. I'm not sure. Could have been a couple nights after. But he texts Betty, you up? Can you talk? And she says no and no. And I'm like, just reply.
It's like okay, if you're trying to tell someone that you're not up, that you're, like, pretend that you're asleep, you don't write back. Because
she's trying to, like, make a point. But I think a better point could have been she, like, looked out the window at Betty, not at Betty, at Archie looking at her. I think that could have been a better point. I found this very...
As opposed to her just saying, are you asleep? Are you awake? No.
No. I had a dream like that once where I was like, hey, can you come get me? And somebody said, sorry, my phone's dead. That was a dream, though. It wasn't real.
But that is what happened here. Maybe Riverdale is just your dreams. That's how come you can tell every scene.
Okay. Another note. Miss Grundy, a kid is dead.
Yeah, and she's like, but they can't know about our affair.
Can't know. Well, a kid is dead. I think that's more important.
And then, I keep going ahead to later episodes. Because I watched so many in one burst, now I'm like, wait, what happened? But, yeah, Miss Grundy, she just kind of is the worst.
She's the worst. I hated her.
I just keep finding it funny that they chose Geraldine Grundy to be... Geraldine Grundy. No offense to anyone named Geraldine, but just...
He kept calling her Miss Grundy.
Yeah, it's like if they're together, and then he called her Geraldine once. I'm like, ew, what?
Yeah, gross.
Like, wait.
And he kept calling, he'd, like, whisper, Geraldine.
And it's like, ew, what? Why did you choose that character? It's like, they have other teachers in the books, and you could have created another teacher.
They don't really have many other teachers, though.
They have some.
Not really.
I remember one time I was reading it, and I was like, oh, they've got this guy, they've got the gym teacher. I was reading one, and they had a
gym teacher, who they have. They've got Professor, like, that's
Willoughby or whatever. Weatherby?
Flute. That's the principal. Mom.
Oh.
He was in it. Like, Flute something. I don't know. Anywho, why are they using the street? They have a sidewalk. You walk on the sidewalk. The cars go on the street.
Do you want to get hit by a car? Abide by your rules?
What?
Do you think that they abide in, like, Riverdale by the rules of a regular society at all?
I'm just saying, the streets, where are all the cars is one thing, and also the
how come no one noticed
empty.
Archie running naked down the street?
No, he was driving. He had a car, I think.
No, he ran to Miss Grundy's house just wearing underwear.
Oh, okay. But have you ever seen people running?
Yes.
Well, tons of people run without a shirt on. Shirt and short shorts.
He was running in the middle of the night in underwear to his teacher's house.
People are asleep. They probably don't know where the teacher's house is also.
I just felt like somebody would have noticed something.
You're upset by the fact that he's running in the middle of the night and nobody noticed. I'm upset by the fact that they're in the street, not on the sidewalk. Just move 10 feet to either side
and you would get
for
a reason.
A sidewalk. As you can tell, I'm very mad about this.
You know, I think this episode might be one of my least favorite.
Really?
Out of the 6. Because
But they walked on the street all the time in like every episode.
it made me so frustrated.
I know, right? And why is Betty so forgiving? She's like, it's okay, Archie. We'll walk together.
Well, that's the comics. That's comic Betty. And
No.
it's like Archie is
she's
just a jerk, and she's like, it's okay, Archie, I still love you.
No, yeah,
But for
she
a
doesn't
show,
act like
it was
comics.
weird.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't act like the comics. I think we should give up all hope of anything being like the comics.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I just hated the fact that that Betty was so forgiving. Be mean, Betty. Be mean.
Are you trying to, like, corrupt Betty?
Yes, I am.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Poor Betty.
Veronica. One of Veronica's lines was, once again, fate throws us together. But that wasn't true at all.
Yeah, it's like, when has fate...
She said that she wanted to, she was like, oh, I want to sit with Betty. And then she goes, once again, fate throws us together. I was like, that's not fate, that's you.
That's you saying that you want to sit with her.
They were upset at each other because of the 7 minutes in heaven.
But also, that was not Veronica's choice, and she was trying to get Cheryl. Okay, what sucked about that was that Veronica kissed Archie. If she hadn't kissed Archie, like, why? They go into the closet. They could have just spent the whole time going, I'm trying to get away from Cheryl.
But Betty gets to be mad.
Oh, yeah, Betty totally deserves to be mad. I'm mad at Veronica, because Veronica could have said, okay, I'm just trying to keep you away from Cheryl. Let's just sit here. But instead, they're like, want to ask me a question? I'll answer your questions, Archiekins.
Oh, Molly.
That's my impression of the whole show. It's pretty
weird.
There's murder and music. And we're obviously not adults. Because they did not look like teenagers.
They're 23, or at the moment, so then they were 20.
They still didn't look like teenagers.
But they were 20, okay? It's only like a few years. It's not,
I felt like they needed to look a little bit, not too much, just a little bit.
Oh,
like
this is
another
another
mess. Because that's
this
what
is
teenagers
another one of
look
my
like.
lines. Some, but we run with a certain group of teenagers. We run with the theater teenagers.
Wait a second. Are you insulting the teenagers?
I'm not at all. I'm just saying, we don't know, like, school teenagers.
True. Yeah, that is right.
We don't know school teenagers.
They make them different around these parts.
Oh boy. But, I don't know.
I thought that the Josie and the Pussycats didn't do covers. They literally did covers. Because they say it in the one episode. They're like, they never do covers, but we're going to play one special one. And then they're like, it was like the song our parents had on the night we were conceived. Like, that's so creepy.
That is creepy, but that was a special thing because somebody died.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't, they don't normally do covers, except for in the last episode they did, didn't they?
Yes, and then they did it a few times throughout. They did the disco. They did a bunch, and I was like, I know these songs. These are not original songs.
Maybe they were just too lazy to write original songs.
Yeah, I just found it interesting because in the first one they're like, Josie and the Pussycats never do covers except for right now because he died and like this is a special thing.
This part, and
here. I think
it's because she probably doesn't do covers unless her dad's in town. But that's for later.
Yes.
We're sticking to episode 2. Their cheerleader practice uniforms. So they're long sleeved shirts with yellow sleeves, black short shorts, and like knee-high socks.
I liked the shirts.
Knee-high socks.
I thought the shirts were cute. The yellow baseball shirts.
Are those baseball shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or softball.
Anyway,
I don't know what they're called. They have a specific name.
They're shirts. They're shirts.
I liked those. I thought
yellow
those were
sleeves.
cute. I actually own those shorts.
Yeah, but it's really just the socks.
Brought it home.
Socks were like knee high, and they had like a yellow stripe on the top. It was bad.
And when Betty and Veronica in the first episode auditioned to be cheerleaders. I almost said when they auditioned to be teenagers. When they auditioned to be cheerleaders, they were already wearing the uniform. So did they give everyone that uniform just to audition?
Yeah, just to try. Sorry, my voice just cracked. Yeah, just to try out.
Weird. Like,
I don't like cheerleading.
No, me neither.
I'm a dancer. Mm-hmm. So when people get cheerleading, I just dislike it. And Betty isn't very good at all. So Betty isn't good. Betty is not a good cheerleader.
Oh, she wasn't. I didn't pay too much attention to that part. I was just like, eh. Like, I watched, of course, but I was like, teenagers. She
wasn't good. I mean, she was very, like, stiff. And do the moves. Don't mess up. Like,
I think that makes sense for the character, though.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she wasn't very good.
Yeah. But also, Cheryl was very out of line.
Yes, she was out of line, but also... I
had to look up the references a few times, too. What references? Like when they said that she was Betty Draper, season 5.
Oh, I don't know.
Stuff. I had to look that up. It's from Mad Men.
Cool.
Well, yeah, they kept saying it, and it was just eating away at me, too, because I knew the name. Oh, I could not think of who it was.
They said it, I don't even remember that part. Maybe I wasn't paying very much attention.
I don't know.
There was one line. Romeo and Juliet are the exception, not the rule. Why did I write that down?
I don't know why. And who was that about?
That is what Veronica, I'm pretty sure, was saying that to Betty. Because Betty's like, no, it's supposed to be like true love. You're supposed to get together at the end, you know?
Oh, like, I like that.
No, I know. I'm saying it's good. I'm just saying I don't know why I wrote it down.
Well, you wrote down too much. I wrote down too little. Because I only had 3 notes for this episode.
Yes, I don't know, but I wrote that down. Apparently, I don't like love. I don't know.
Maybe. Did you have any others?
No, I didn't. Do you want to go to episode 3? I don't have this one.
Episode 3. All right.
Body double. Cheryl comes clean about when she last saw Jason. Betty and Jughead investigate Jason's death. Veronica and Ethel investigate a shame book.
This might be one of my favorites.
Really?
I thought it was so cool when they did, and then they... Okay, but then I loved when Betty kind of went crazy and tried to...
Yeah,
it went so off the rails. Betty put on a wig and lingerie and tried to boil somebody alive.
You're laughing.
Show?
See, I usually like the murdery parts, but this was
And she called herself Polly. She's like, I'm Polly.
But then I was like, wait, but you don't even... That's why
And then Polly has blonde hair.
Yeah, that's why in the later episodes I was like, oh, that's what Polly's going to look like? But no.
And I was like, oh, that's how Polly will act. Wait, what?
I didn't think Polly would act like that. I thought Polly would at least have black hair.
But nope.
No, she has blonde hair. Weird. She looks a lot like Betty, actually.
When Betty showed up and she goes, oh, Betty couldn't be here tonight, so I'm filling in.
That was, okay.
I was like, what?
This part was so weird. I found it really
I was like, this is creepy.
This is creepy.
And, I liked the whole shame book idea, and, how they got rid of that and everything.
Yeah, actually, I really liked Veronica in this episode.
Me too. And I liked that they helped, Ethel and everybody.
And they helped Ethel? Yeah.
But the Betty plotline was weird.
What?
The Betty plotline was weird.
Yeah, I didn't really love that plotline. Okay, one of my notes is, I hate Miss Grundy. I say this again. A kid was murdered.
Yeah, but I have to protect my affair with a student.
I know, right? Okay, that was gross. But
yeah.
But seriously, a kid was murdered. I'm mad at her.
Also, it was this episode, right, that Jughead figures out that Archie is with Miss Grundy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's talking to Dilton. I also said that Jughead is amazing in this one.
I said that in the last episode, which is why I don't know if that was this episode or the last episode.
I thought it was this episode.
No, that was the last episode.
Oh, okay. Well, this is for the last episode.
This is why you have to label your notes, Molly.
I know. Because when that happens, like when Jughead figures that out, he really jumped to conclusions there, because he's like, oh, Archie was at the lake. Could have been anywhere. It's a huge lake. It's woods. He could have been anywhere. And then they went, Miss Grundy's car was found there. They're obviously in love and in a relationship.
I think,
Who progresses that fast?
Well, there were probably clues also. Like, he probably thought, oh, he's acting weird. Why isn't he going on a road trip with me? He thinks he has something better. He's lied to different people. He's not really being very consistent. He's being very hesitant. He seems like he's keeping a secret. Yes, he jumped to conclusions, but also, like, it wasn't just, oh, wow, let's put these two random things together. It made sense.
Okay. It just, to me, when I was watching it, it kind of felt like, interesting, like, detective skills there, Jughead.
But also, think about it. He's been basically keeping, like, a really close eye on everybody.
Oh,
because he's writing a novel. So,
and Jughead knows all.
Jughead knows all, so he probably figured out some of this stuff already. So this was maybe just a confirmation.
Okay, best line of the episode. I believe this was Cheryl talking to Veronica, and she calls her Frida Shallow.
When?
I don't remember the exact moment. I just know that I loved it so much.
I actually don't even remember that.
Because
that's weird. Why don't I remember that?
I loved all of the random references. They're like, stop it, Frida Shallow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that part at all, so I guess I don't find it very funny.
Maybe. I really liked all the stuff with Betty and her parents, like when Betty was putting on the red lipstick, and they were like, try pink. You don't want to be like a so much more sister. You.
Oh, and why was okay, I hated Betty's mom so much.
But she was still fun to watch.
She's fun to watch, but every time, like, I just hated her.
Her weird grudge against Jason Blossom.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no. Because she was mad at him before Polly got pregnant, right?
Yeah, because they said something happened. I didn't catch the exact moment, but they said something happened with their ancestors. Like one of the grandpa killed the other great grandpa.
Killed the other grandpa.
And it's like, what is this?
Which that's why I wasn't sure if that was even real or not.
I don't think that it was real.
Which is yeah.
The dad was so out of line. I don't think this is the right episode. I will bring this up later.
Yes, bring it. This is why you have to label your episodes.
Okay. Sometimes I just have random thoughts about part of the episode, and this isn't even a note. I can't label my thoughts, Tabby.
Label your thoughts. Write them down. That's what I do. Okay. So this is when Archie's dad figures out he wasn't with Jughead, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and he grounds Archie. And Archie's like, "What? Why are you doing this? This doesn't make sense." Why was he surprised?
I know. It's like he was like, Archie.
I don't understand that. Archie, what is up with you, Archie?
I don't think Archie is the smartest tool in the shed.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, he's smart-ish. He's not the smartest.
I actually got that quote wrong. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Maybe I'm not the sharpest one. But when I was watching that, I was like, Archie, how do you not understand?
How do you not understand? Are you really that dumb?
And then he immediately goes out, like it's not even a second. He's like, hey, Josie and the Pussycats, you want to be my friends now?
Okay, I liked Valerie, actually. I wasn't sure if I would like Valerie, but Valerie helped Archie in this episode get to,
I like Valerie. I kept forgetting her name, though, so every time I'm like, she's that one. I kept thinking she was Josie, too, because I could not think of her name, so I was just like, it's Josie. Whatever.
No, Josie's the other one.
This is Valerie. Because
Josie's the mean one.
Yeah, Josie is something. I love Josie, though.
She gets to be better in the last episode. Mm-hmm. Do you have any more notes for this episode?
I do not.
let us move on to episode 4, the last picture show. Jughead fights to keep the local drive-in open. Betty and Veronica investigate Miss Grundy, uncovering some startling information about her past.
I love this
Finally,
so much.
Somebody is mad at Miss Grundy. Finally.
It's not just
Let's
us
go,
anymore.
Betty.
Yeah, and then Archie's like, stop it. Just let me be in love with my teacher or whatever.
What?
And it's
was
like
that?
Archie. It's my Archie impression. Tell me it's not accurate.
It is not accurate.
It is very
accurate. Like this.
Yes. But Archie's like, stop it. Let me go have an affair with my teacher. Like, it's not that big a deal. And Penny's
it's not
like,
a big deal. I'm in love.
Oh, I did love, finally, someone heard them, because Archie and Betty are behind the school, and they're screaming. They're like, you have a secret.
You have a secret.
And then Veronica walks up and is like, Archie, you're with your teacher? Ew.
That wasn't behind the school. That was outside Pop's case.
So it's even more in the public eye.
Yes, and Veronica's just, and I like the fact that, like, Betty just says one thing, and Veronica comes out and is like, oh, wow, I know exactly what's going on now.
Yup. Veronica's like, I know the entire story, and...
Wow. Okay.
Oh, Miss Guyver.
Right.
This was the episode.
What?
This was the episode where Veronica calls Betty Miss Guyver, because Betty knew how to open the door and stuff, and, like, she had read the Nancy Drew handbook. That part I have a note about. So when Betty, she's breaking into a box, one of her, like, Miss Grundy's personal boxes, and she asks Veronica for a bobby pin, and Veronica gives her a bobby pin, but her hair stays the same. I'm like, not even, like, no flyaways? Something should fall out. Like, does she just stick bobby pins in her hair?
Sometimes I do during dance and stuff. They're extra bobby pins that I put at the back of my hair.
But she wasn't doing physical activity.
Huh?
She was just sitting there.
I feel like she's one of those people who's like really like, nope. Put my hair here. It's gonna stay here. It's not gonna get in my face. I'm gonna leave it. It's gonna stay back. But still, where did she have that? She had that bobby pin. She, like, took it out of the front of her hair, and it didn't fall out. That I found weird.
TV.
I was like, there should at least be some flyaways. I know, right? Fiction. Ugh.
Fiction. Okay. Well, on that note, the drive-in movie.
Yeah.
It's The Room. I was so proud of myself, because I heard the 2-second sound clip that they played of the movie they were watching at the drive-in. It's The Room. I love that that's what Jughead chose, because that's supposed to be, like, one of the worst movies ever.
That's funny. I don't think I know that movie, so.
Yeah, I was in a Shakespearean version of it, and it was fabulous.
Wow.
But, yeah. So I was listening to that, and I was so proud. And I've been wanting to talk about it for so long, because I figured it out. Yes.
Good job.
I love when Kevin was yelling at Jughead, and he's like, no more Quentin Tarantino references.
Yeah. I really liked Kevin.
Oh, this was also the Hair Models of the Damned episode.
Was it? Oh, this was that episode.
Yup.
I remember?
I really want to figure out what that means.
I don't know. Oh, when they were at the drive-in, so it was, I think, Kevin, Betty, Veronica, and Cheryl. It was Kevin, Betty, and Veronica. We're all sitting on the back of a truck, watching the movie, and Cheryl just comes in, and she goes, move. And she just, like, sits down. And just like, wow.
It's like, whoa.
Why did they move?
Yeah. I love Cheryl. Okay, I kind of love Cheryl, though. Now, the more we're talking about her, because she is just...
No, I do love Cheryl. I hate her.
Crazy.
But I love her. She's one of those people who are like, what is going on?
Weird. It's like, what are you thinking? And everyone's like, well, she is grieving, but she holds a pep rally to deal with
but again, she's grieving in her own way.
Yeah. But I just found that funny that the characters mentioned it. And they're like, yes, it was like the writers were giving us a nod. They're like, yes, we understand that this is strange. But it's just Cheryl.
In the very end of the episode, they have a murder board for who killed Jason Blossom. at Kevin's dad's house, who is the Sheriff Keller,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets home, and it's completely messed up. Why is it at his house, not at the station?
Oh, yeah.
It's in his house, right? It was in his shed or something.
And, like, who puts a murder board in your shed? Like, that, like, maybe
right,
the dad's the murderer. Like, that's creepy. What?
Plot twist.
Oh, plot twist.
It
I
was
was
the
wondering
person
what the
trying-
singing was for.
Yeah.
But maybe he is, because I was like, wait, this is
Maybe-
like serial killer tendencies here, buddy. Don't keep murder boards in your shed.
I know, keep him at the station. Like normal.
Stop putting pictures of teenage boys in your shed and
Well, no, that
with
makes
little
it makes
red
sense.
lines.
It makes sense when it's not, in his shed. It makes sense if it was at the station.
Yeah. Well,
Because, he is the sheriff.
I think I zoned out for a second during that part, so I thought it was at the school.
No. Oh, Jughead and Betty have a murder board at the school.
How many murder boards are in this show?
2.
That's so many murder boards.
2 is not a very big number. 1, 2.
Okay, but for full boards about a child's murder in a school?
No.
In one TV show, there's 2 boards.
But there's a murder, and Betty and Jughead are trying to figure it out for their for the red, not red, for the
blue and gold.
Blue and gold. That's it. I was like, red and gold. That's Gryffindor.
Yes.
Yes, but for the blue and gold, they're trying to figure it out, and Sheriff Keller is trying to do it because he's the sheriff.
Okay.
Do you have any other notes?
One more. This is probably my favorite line in the entire 6 episodes that we watched.
Didn't you say this already?
I think I did. But I'm going to say it again because it's worth it.
Okay.
At one point, Archie, they're having their fight outside of Pop's.
Yep.
And so Betty's yelling at him. She's like, what, are you going to marry your teacher when you get out of high school? That's disgusting. And Archie yells, don't go there, Betty. And she just full on screams back at him, oh, I'm already there.
I'm already there. Yes.
If somebody ever says don't go there, that's just
I'm
going to be my
already
response.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked Betty in that part.
Me too.
Betty gets to be mad. Okay, episode 5, Heart of Darkness. The Blossom family move forward with Jason's funeral and a secret agenda. Hermione seeks Fred's help. Betty dives deeper into Jason's death. That was a weird sentence.
Yeah,
That's what IMDb told me to read.
Oh, okay. Yes, everyone. If we ever say
I've been
anything
reading
very strange
IMDb
on this podcast, giving descriptions, that is not our fault.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we did choose IMDb though. So.
Yeah, well, it's kind of our fault, but just don't yell at us.
Okay, but it starts at the Blossom house, and it was so they dressed so creepily there.
It's so weird. I'm like, who dresses like that?
Everything was so weird. I was like, okay, but once Cheryl's in school, she dresses normally.
But outside of school, I dress like a Victorian lady in my mansion of horror.
Okay, and when her mom is like, what have I told you about sleeping in Jason's bed?
Yeah, it's that's so sad. She's grieving.
Writing the eulogy.
And then her mom's like, you're not allowed to.
When you were talking about about how she holds a pep rally and stuff, I think it's because, she is really upset. You can see that because she starts crying during the pep rally.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess she just hadn't really grieved yet.
Yeah, it's a very sad storyline with Cheryl.
It is.
She's such a tragic character.
Yeah.
This wasn't the episode that Veronica comes to stay, was it?
It was.
Okay. I have a note about this. So there are 2 16-year-olds. There's supposed to be 2 16-year-olds here. And they go in for the sleepover. And they're sitting on the bed. And they're supposed to be have changed into their pajamas. They're wearing pearls and lingerie.
Yeah.
When we go on sleepovers together, do we sit there and wear pearls and lingerie on your silk bed sheets? No.
We're not like but we don't act like them at all either. So
I know,
they are the kind of people who are like,
girl,
oh, yeah, that makes, huh?
What 16-year-old girl goes to a sleepover?
50. These type of, and I actually thought it made sense.
I just thought it was funny.
The two of them, and I feel like both of them were like, I'm not gonna take off my makeup, take off my pearls. I am going to.
No,
I'm not gonna look worse. I want, like neither of them would do that. They're both kind of still being rivals almost, but not really. They both kind of still want to one up another. I don't really know.
I wonder if they slept in their pearls.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like that's a Cheryl move. I feel like Cheryl would have done that.
If they turn off, no, the pearls are too expensive.
Oh, okay.
If you turn off, maybe once they turn off the lights or something, they'll like sneak into their bags, put their pearls down, sneak back in, and like cover their heads.
Like actually put on pajamas?
Actually put on pajamas that like are comfortable.
And not silk lingerie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so sad with the fact that like Cheryl's parents, they were fun to watch though. Like that dinner party was so awkward.
Oh, okay. Poor Veronica.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I feel like this one episode is the only episode that Cheryl is nice to Veronica.
Mm-hmm. And I love when Veronica looks at her and she's like, I thought you said there were going to be other girls here.
Or I don't think she said that. She just went, well, I thought there were going to be other girls here, so.
Yeah.
Actually, I did too. That was when, I was like, wait, where is everyone?
Me too. Yeah, I was so confused because the way she said it.
She's like, because I think she really wanted her to come over.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm hosting a sleepover. Do you want to come to it?
I mean, I don't know. If she said like slumber party, then that would be for sure.
You want to know what I wonder? I wonder if Cheryl invited a lot of people and they just didn't show.
I don't think so.
I don't know, though, because nobody really likes her.
No, but I don't think she would do that, because I think this time she knew nobody else would go, nobody else went and comforted her. She knew that Veronica was going to be the only one who she could actually, be vulnerable with.
Yeah, true.
Which is why I think she only invited Veronica.
Yeah. Because, her hair models with the Damned friends probably wouldn't have comforted her, before her brother's funeral and stuff. I
mean, they didn't when she started crying in the middle of the pep rally. Yeah. They didn't comfort her. Veronica, the new girl who she's been mean to, did. So.
Yeah. Also, Archie's name is Archibald.
I said that. I was like, wait, what? And my mom's like, yeah, that's what Archie is short for.
I know. I
didn't realize that.
I didn't realize it either, and then they said it, and I thought, because I think that when I had read the comics, I thought it was a joke name for him, like Archiekins.
What?
I thought that Archibald was a nickname.
They never call him Archibald in the comics.
I thought they did. I know that I've heard someone call Archie Archibald before, and I was like, oh, it's a nickname.
I don't read the same comics as Molly does. She reads the new ones.
Yeah.
I read the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
And, the reprints and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I was laughing. I'm like, wait, I thought, because I didn't
Archibald,
know.
That's a name?
Yeah! I had to look it up.
I didn't think Archibald was a name. Apparently I'm just bad at names, but it is, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I did look it up in the moment. It was I think it said it was of Greek descent. I need to look this up.
I think that it's a name. It's what,
Oh yeah, it's definitely a name, but it was just,
it's what Archie is short for.
Yeah, it's a masculine given name. I think they said it's, German.
Molly, it's a name.
It's a German name.
It's just a name, Molly.
I didn't know. I always thought that Archie was just a name on its own. I didn't realize that it was a nickname.
No, yeah, I know, but
it's like how Dick, Rich, and Richard are all feed into each other. That, I never understood.
You didn't know that?
I know it now, but it took me a while.
Okay. Or, John and Jack. And Jonathan? I don't know if that fits in.
Are those all?
John and Jack are. Johnny, John, and Jack.
Weird. I know that Anne is a nickname for Martha.
Yeah.
I read something about it, though, that it had something to do with England and, like, Queens. It was a whole thing.
Anyway.
But,
let's go on with this show. Does he not own anything other than the blue and gold jacket? He's at a funeral and he's wearing bright blue.
I didn't realize that. You know, he's Archie.
I don't think he owns anything else, because if you notice, that's the only thing he ever wears.
Yeah. He has that and a guitar.
And a guitar.
That is his only fashion choice.
Valerie was really nice helping Archie in this episode.
Oh, she was so sweet.
And this is when Valerie, you're like, oh hey, she's actually really nice.
I shipped Valerie and Archie way more than Betty and Archie or Veronica and Archie or anyone else.
You just ship everyone.
I do. It's just a thing. It's
anyone.
kind of
That's
a problem.
The difference between us. She ships everyone. No one.
Yep. It's kind of a problem. For me, not for you. Don't worry. I was not
I
say
just
that you're a
don't
problem.
like people. But, okay, Cheryl seems nice compared to her parents.
Oh, yeah.
The party,
well, you can understand where she comes from.
Yeah, I feel like this is the episode where you're like, oh, wait. Oh, okay. She's not...
She's being raised like this, and she's
like this.
Nice.
She's nice compared to them.
Yeah. All right.
And the rivalry between all the families. It's the Lodges and the Blossoms and the Coopers and the Blossoms and the Lodges and the Coopers.
It's like the adults that I know are just like, who cares?
You know, if I don't like you, I won't talk to you. There.
Yeah. It's like, why are they like, we're going to plot against you?
I don't live in a small town. None of the people I know live in a small town.
Yeah, I live in the suburbs, but it's not a small town.
But you see, like me and like all of my friends, like, you know, you don't live near me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're gonna run into each other at the grocery store. That would be weird. That would be so
You'd be
weird.
like, Molly, are you stalking me? Because you had to drive an hour to get here.
That would be weird.
I'm gonna do that one day just to freak you out. You know it, right?
Yes, I know you. I know it.
Okay, good.
Cheryl, I think Cheryl, one of my notes is just, good job, Cheryl. Wear white. Give your speech. He was your brother.
Yeah, Cheryl was awesome. And then she came out. Also, what was with her and her brother wearing all white matching clothes on the 4th of July, walking in the woods in a lake?
That was like a symbol of something, right? Well, I mean,
Probably
they did it on purpose.
Symbolism.
It wasn't just like, oh wow, what a coinkydink.
A coinkydink. Amazing.
But it wasn't like that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They like definitely did it on purpose. I don't really know why, but they did.
I think the highlight of this episode, though,
for the fact that that one year, how he was she tells a story about how one year they always have 2 separate parties. One year, he like insisted that they had one, and it wasn't until later that she found out he only did that because nobody else wanted to come to her party.
I know.
So he couldn't find them.
Sad.
Poor Cheryl.
I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you want to know what my favorite part of this episode was? Her grandma is designed like she is in the comics, right? Because that's how the character is in the comics. I could have with how she's got the white hair, but then she has the one dyed red curl in front. And so she just has this one bizarre... I think I could have sworn she was.
Again, we read different comics. I read the old ones, so maybe she's not in those.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was laughing so hard when I saw her with the one weird red curl.
That was weird.
I think Riverdale needs to understand that families don't all have one hair color.
But I think that was a point. They were
but every single family, so it's like the Coopers, they're all blonde. Archie, like his dad had different hair color. Veronica, they all have the same hair color.
I mean, me and my family all have the same hair color. Mine is purple.
Yes, you all have different, your hair's all different because it's all dyed fun colors.
Because we actually know my brothers won't let me dye them.
Oh, I thought they have dyed before.
Yeah, somebody once bribed one of my brothers with candy.
That makes sense.
And he did it, and then he cut his hair, so.
You guys should all dye your hair red and then just become the Blossoms.
Yeah, my dance teacher wouldn't like that.
Would you just be Cheryl then?
I think I would be Cheryl. I'm like the most, I don't know.
You don't act like Cheryl, but you'd have to be Cheryl in your family because you're the oldest girl.
I'm the oldest girl and I'm the meanest.
I don't know about that, but...
No, that's true. It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
But I was laughing because I'm like, what is this bizarre family that Cheryl is in? Like, they all have the weird red curl. And was
okay, but I think that was
wear
definitely
Victorian clothes and live in a haunted mansion.
Okay, one of my notes is his hair is red. Get over it, because Archie's hair is red, so that's definitely a point that they all have red hair, which is part of the reason why Betty's mom doesn't want her to hang out with Archie. He has red hair. He's too similar to Jason. And I know it's stupid, but that's a thing.
It's hilarious.
Which is why
okay,
definitely do that. It's a point. They're making a point.
I am going to make a crazy prophecy.
Okay.
For the rest of this show. I think that it's going to come out that Archie's mom is not his actual mom, and that his dad just had an affair with that, or no, I mean that Archie's dad is not his actual dad, and that his mom just had an affair with the Blossom father. And then that's why his hair is red, and that's why it looks like
the Blossom father's hair is not red.
It isn't?
I don't think so.
No, I think their hair is all red.
Nope, I don't think so. It's not.
Well, I have something like that. I'm telling you is going to happen.
I don't know. In the comics, his mom's hair is red.
We'll have to see.
But anyway, episode 6.
All right.
Faster Pussycats, Kill, Kill. Valerie's efforts to help Archie leads to a major fallout with Josie. Betty and Jughead investigation brings them face to face with Polly.
I really liked this one.
Okay. This starts, so Jughead is over at the Coopers for dinner, right? Or for breakfast. For breakfast. And I was like, oh, poor Jughead having to deal with Alice Cooper.
Oh, yeah. And then she's so weird. Betty's like, oh, here, I'll show you where the bathroom is. And Alice is like, no.
No.
I will.
I'll do it.
I was like, what? Is she going to, torture him? Or something
she's going to, interrogate him on the way to the bathroom.
Probably. Okay, I know. I love Josephine Baker. And they mentioned her. And no one ever mentions her. And I was so excited.
At the beginning, one of my notes from the beginning of the episode was, I disliked Josie. She was being mean to Valerie. My next note was, I hated Josie's mom. Poor Josie.
You had quite a mood swing while watching the show.
Yeah, I did. Because in the beginning, Josie's being mean to Valerie, and she's like, what? Do you want to quit? Are you going to leave? You can't, write music for Archie and for us. That doesn't work. You can't do that.
Yeah. And it sucks, too, because she wasn't even writing it for Archie. She was just going to sing one song. Bands do that all the time, where one person just sings, one song.
But see, now, at the end of the episode, you understand her dad is like, oh, wow, well, Valerie left? I don't know. You really needed her. She's so much better than you, you know?
Yeah.
Which is why she's like, you can't leave.
I felt so bad for her in that
dad
moment.
got up and left in the middle of her performance.
I know, and it's like she even changed her set list for him.
Exactly. It was, ugh, I hated it.
Was that you said there were Josie and the Pussycat comics. Did she have a bad relationship with her dad like that, or was her dad a jazz musician or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Because I haven't read those, so I didn't
And also,
know.
The comics I read aren't like the ones that have the ongoing story through 3 books or something.
Oh.
The old ones aren't as much.
Okay.
I get the ones that have one comic.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I felt the storyline with Polly was a little far-fetched, that they sent her to a nunnery. because she got pregnant? And, like,
Well,
how did no one know?
Everyone knew that they sent her. Everyone knew that they sent her off. Everyone thought it was a hospital.
And also, the dad was so out of line when he said that she tried to kill herself. Like, that, you can't just say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when her story was true, I was so excited. I loved that so much.
Yeah. Okay, I actually thought Polly was gone for, like, a really long time. When it turns out, it's only been, like, 4 months.
And if it's
so
only been 4 months,
when they show that she's
very pregnant there.
When they show that she's pregnant, I was like, wait a second, what's going on? I thought she was gone for, like, at least a year. But it was only, like, 4 or 5 months.
Oh.
So she's probably, like, at least halfway through her pregnancy.
Yeah. I just was a little confused because I'm like, how did no one notice? And she looks like she's probably, like, 9 months there, like, pretty far along, right?
She doesn't look like 9 months.
I don't know. I have no way of knowing.
Okay.
I just thought that she looked pretty far along, and so I was confused. I was like, wait.
I think
she's not, like, 3 months, and they said she's only been there for a tiny bit.
Well, I think it's been, like, 4 months that she's been there. And who knows? I feel like it's, I don't know how long it is until you show that you're pregnant.
I have no idea.
I don't know this.
I thought
but I totally forgot that school started in September, not in July. So I was like, oh wait, I thought that he died like a month ago, when it turns out it's been like 4 months.
Oh.
That's what happened. Yeah.
It was so sad that they didn't tell her. I felt so bad for Polly.
Oh, yeah, and she's like, oh, is Jason looking for me?
Yeah, and then when they had the plan to get her out, and it was real.
And it was real.
Car, and they came in the rain, I was like, this is so dramatic, and I love it.
Okay, poor Jughead. He kisses Betty, and then she yells, the car. And she doesn't even mention anything about, does she like Jughead? Really? Does she
in
not?
This moment?
Huh?
And Jughead just goes, really? Right now?
Really? Now? Okay.
But, yeah, I was like, wow, Betty's not great to Jughead.
She's not, but also I think Jughead understood.
Yes. Well, she did just find out that her sister's pregnant and that, like, her parents have kept her away at this nunnery.
And I mean, I think Jughead knew Polly probably. They all went to the same school.
Mm-hmm. I would think that they knew each other. Also,
they probably weren't friends, but they knew each other.
Also, I was wondering how old Polly is.
I think Polly is just a year, maybe 2 older than Betty.
Okay. I didn't know. Also,
wait, because then Jason's old. No, that doesn't make sense. Because Jason is... How old is Jason then?
Jason is Polly's age. I mean, Betty's age.
Yes, Jason
so
and...
maybe Polly's
Jason's
younger.
Betty.
I was thinking she looked a little bit younger.
No, isn't she an older sister?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. But yeah, this episode, I feel like this was a good one to end on because it had a good cliffhanger.
Polly is older.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no, she's the older sister. Because they're like, oh no, you're going to turn into Polly when you grow up. She grew up too fast. I think. That makes sense. But what were you saying? Sorry.
I said I felt like this was a good one to end on, like, as the first 6, because it had a good hook, good cliffhanger.
Yeah, in the end, the car full of evidence.
And then Polly's crashed out the window.
Yes, and there was blood on the glass of the window.
Oh, there was? I didn't notice the blood.
Yeah, it was just like, they didn't mention it or anything. You could just see it, like, blood.
Oh, cool.
Let's just jam.
Probably, yeah. Caro syrup.
Yes. Okay. Veronica's storyline in this. So she's upset because she saw Archie's dad kissing her mom. So she's upset, and Archie's dad wants a permit. No, he wants the contract so he can build something that she owns.
A housing settlement.
A housing settlement, but he doesn't know she owns that. That was weird.
Yeah.
And the fact that, so while Veronica's dad is in jail, they gave Veronica the rights to sign.
Be a legal partner? She's 16.
She's 16. She might even be 15. I don't know. I don't think is that
she's 15.
illegal?
I think that's
illegal.
illegal.
I don't even know if that's legal.
Okay, we're not even gonna touch on legalities of this. Because, on top of everything, Hermione Lodge fakes her signature. That's not a thing. Like, you can't do that.
You can't do that. That's cheating. Yeah. But I was just like, that's not legal, is it? That can't be legal. Yeah. I felt so bad for, Veronica.
Oh, yeah. And then at the end, Veronica's face when Fred is like, I got the signatures. Then she's just like, what? Pardon me while I go murder my mother. See you later.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. One of my notes is poor Archie goes right after the Pussycats. Not fair.
What?
I mean, he has to go right after the Pussycats.
Oh, I know. The Pussycats are the best. Like, why?
It's like, not fair. Okay. KJ Appa is really good.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good. I didn't know if he was going to be that good or not, but he was. So, yeah. I feel like this show has been kind of hard to cast.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, okay, because I feel like the one thing is that they look alike. Mm-hmm. And, they have to look good, I guess.
And they have to kind of have that mentality to them, like a little bit.
Yeah, they have to be good
at the character.
And they have to be good actors and
good singers for a lot of them.
And, well, yeah, I feel like, who is it? It's Valerie, Melody. Melody doesn't have as big of a part, though, so I don't know. She doesn't have to act as well. Maybe she'll get a bigger part later on.
I don't know. And then Josie.
Josie, Valerie, and Archie. And, Veronica. But then again, Veronica only sang with the group, so who knows?
So we don't know. They could also spliced in another voice, like a different one.
I don't know if they would say that she could sing that well then.
I don't know.
That was uncool of
her dad.
Archie shouldn't have recasted. Gave Veronica's part to Valerie without talking to her. But also, Veronica shouldn't have overreacted. He really did think it was just a favor, and she didn't mind.
I was so upset with him, though.
Me too.
All right. Did you have any other notes?
I don't think so. Please write us with any suggestions at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com.
Next week, we will be doing The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
If you haven't already, please subscribe.
Keep watching.
And keep listening.
Thank you for listening to the First Six Podcast. This show is hosted by Molly Southgate and Tabby Hollowed. It is edited by Rob Southgate and produced by Southgate Media Group in conjunction with Mastery Media. You can find us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at The First Six Podcast. Get in touch with the show at thefirst6podcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review us wherever you listen to this show. It really helps. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next channel.